Hello, my name is Daily Catherine Soto Rodriguez, and today I want to share a personal reflection on how celebrations and traditions have transformed in my community over the last decade. It is fascinating to look back and see how much our lives have changed since 10 years ago. Back then, celebrations in my neighborhood used to be the highlight of the year. I remember that during local festivals, all the families used to decorate the streets with colorful flags and lights. We spent weeks preparing for those events, and everyone contributed with something, like food or music. We didn't used to stay inside our houses. Instead, we stayed in the main square until very late. The atmosphere was incredibly loud and joyful because the interaction was entirely face-to-face. We didn't used to have high-speed internet or smartphones in every pocket, so we talked more and watched the fireworks without the need to record them on a screen. Nowadays, as a software engineering student, I can see that technology has redefined our social fabric. For instance, in my social and working environment, the way we celebrate milestones has shifted dramatically. In the past, when a colleague finished a big project or someone had a birthday, we used to have physical parties with cake and music in the office. It was a ritual to strengthen our professional bonds. However, today, many of those traditions are less common. Because many of us work or study remotely, we often celebrate through video calls or by sending digital gift cards. While technology keeps us connected, the physical presence that we used to value so much feels different now. When it comes to my family, gatherings play the most important role in my life. Every single Sunday, my extended family used to meet at my grandparents' house. It was a sacred time. My aunts and my mother used to spend the entire morning in the kitchen, cooking traditional dishes over a slow fire. We ate together at a huge table, and we didn't used to check our phones every 5 minutes. We listened to my grandfather's stories and played traditional games in the backyard. One specific ritual that I miss is the way we follow traditional festivities in December. We used to go from house to house with our neighbors, singing and sharing food. Sadly, this custom is no longer practiced in the same way today. Our living conditions have become more private, and because life moves much faster now, we usually order food from an app instead of spending all day cooking together as we used to. Paraphrasing some ideas about cultural expressions from my background, I believe that the essence of our traditions is still there, but the format has evolved. My community's customs reflect a transition from a physical and local world to a more digital and globalized one. When I compare my experience with other communities, I notice that this is a global trend. Our work and social lives used to be limited by our geography, but now we are connected to the whole world. This change has made us lose some intimate rituals, but it has also allowed us to learn about customs from very distant places. To conclude, this podcast was a great opportunity for me to connect my English learning with my own memories. By recalling these events, I had the chance to practice the simple past and the modal verb used to, in a context that is real and meaningful to me. Reflecting on these changes is essential, especially in a career like software engineering, because it reminds me that behind every technological advance, there is always a human story and a tradition that we must try to preserve. Thank you so much for listening.